Page 78, Lavender's Blue. At the top of the page, they're covering the interval of a sixth. Not sure why. I mean, there's nothing special about it as far as I know. It's just an interval of a sixth. It's one more than a fifth. Well, in a chord, the top and bottom note is a fifth. If you go one more, you got a sixth. It's the 4 chord. It's a sixth. As long as you know what it is. Okay, let's talk Lavender's Blue. 3 lines long, but it has a repeat at the end of the second line, so really it's 4 lines long. We'll cover that in detail in a little bit. Treble and bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. We're still in the key of G major. Make sure you can do the G major scale, blah, blah, blah. Okay. 3/4 time. We got quarter notes and eighth notes and dotted half notes. We can handle all that. We'll take it one hand at a time. The left hand really just has the chords here. 2, and 4 chord. For the most part. You do get a 5/7 chord in there. That's all right. The right hand has a melody. You're here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Just come up. It's similar to playing a 4 chord, that feeling, except you're just playing one note. Leave the thumb where it is. You didn't move the hand, you just stretched out a little bit. Because you need to be adherent. Put the hands together. Well, just make sure you're playing the rest in the left hand. So it's 1, 2, 3. So I lift up on beat 3. There, the left hand's tied for 1 beat. So you're holding it down and then playing. So the last 2 measures of the first line, it's here. 2, 3, 1. So forth. Once you're comfortable enough with the notes and the rhythms, no hesitations, you can put in the articulation, just the phrasing. Here it works out where each phrase happens to be the whole line. In the left hand, you're just playing it as connected as you can, except for the wrists, of course. Okay, but lift up for the phrasing. At the end of the first line, you're here. Lift up both hands. It's like taking a breath. Now at the end of the second line here, if you can, I want to lift up in the right hand for the phrase, because you're going to repeat back to the beginning. That's what the repeat sign is for. But in the left hand, I'd like to connect that. Those eighth notes lead into that. And when you lead into something, you typically connect it. You don't go and separate it. You lead into it. So I'm going to lift up in the right hand, but not the left. I'm lifting up here, but not there. If you can. Now again, we get back to the independence of the hands. We need to work on that. It's important. So I'm encouraging you. Connect the left hand. Lift up in the right. Now at the end of the first line, when you're here, connect this as best you can. Here. And then you lift up. Dynamics apply to the melody, which is the right hand. Mezzo forte, you don't need the MP underneath. You need the mezzo forte for the melody, and that's it. Everything else is in the background. Whatever you think moderately loud is, these are soft. All the way through, it's about the same dynamic. You can get a little louder and softer once you get into the music and start feeling it. It's okay. It's just in the moderately loud area. Speed, allegretto. Well, it's between moderato and allegro. I call it the fun speed. When I see a piece on allegretto, all right, let's have some fun here. It's the feel of it. Okay, it's just a nice, gentle, fun thing. And they've added pedal. I disagree with the pedaling on here. I would encourage you not to pedal this piece. We don't need pedal here. It just messes it up in my opinion. As far as the roadmap as to when we go where, because it's not just start to, top to bottom here. We have endings. Remember endings? First and second ending. The second line, you see the 1 at the beginning of the line with that line going all the way across. That's the first ending. See, an ending can be any number of measures. Here, the first ending is the whole second line, and the second ending is the whole third line. So when you repeat at the end of the second line, you go back and play the first line again. Well, the second time you don't play the second line again because you've done it. It's first ending, you're done. You skip it and go to the third line. Nothing confusing about that. So you're going to do the first two lines, then repeat back and do the first line again and the third line. Again, it's what the roadmap. Don't know about the staccatos at the end. You didn't do staccatos anywhere else. Why suddenly are you doing staccatos here? So if you want to leave those staccatos out and just play them, it's up to you. You see the interpretation, the articulation, the dynamics, the pedaling and all that, that's interpretation. They're telling you, they're giving you guides on how to interpret it. But it's up to you to make it yours. And in this kind of music, this is an arrangement, once you've learned it the way it is, you can rearrange it. So in my opinion, I'd take those staccatos out at the end and just play regular quarter notes. If you pedal it, you lose the staccatos anyway, but I don't want the overtones here, so I'm not going to pedal it. Just make sure you keep them soft because we want to hear the melody through that. Let's play it together slowly and double check all the notes and rhythms. So I'll give us 2 counts, 3 counts. It's a 3/4 time. Give us 3 counts. That's good. Let's try it slowly together. 1, ready, go. Last line.